In the last station, around the last black dwarf, sat the last living being, thinking, pondering, considering. What was the point of it all? It remembered the life it once had, the advancements made by its species. Being early to the galactic stage, the species enjoyed all of the wonders, and conquered all of the horrors in the universe, until, eventually, nothing could threaten them anymore. They conquered stars and galaxies, destroyed and created species at will, and even conquered death itself. Life became boring then, so they built Matryoshka brains around stars. Once the stars started to dwindle and die out, they moved to black holes. There they lived for eons, built digital universes of their own design, without the restrictions of the laws of physics. Once the black holes started dying, time dilation became greater. What felt like a minute to the living being was at first a year, then a decade, a century, a millennium. After 1,000,000 perceived years, the living beings could observe the black holes around them becoming smaller and smaller. That is when the last of the matter was used to build spheres around black dwarfs. After the last black hole collapsed, the species went into a kind of hibernation around the spheres, waiting for their moment. After an imperceivable amount of time passed, the first black dwarf collapsed into a supernova. The sphere captured its energy, and allowed the living beings on board to live for another lifetime of a black hole inside of their simulations. It was the second golden age for the species. Living beings thrived, they sang and danced, they thanked the universe for a second chance at life, and they were happy once again. One after another, the captured supernovas lost their energy, and stations started to die again. There was only one possible solution: dark energy. They tried to harvest it, but for the first time since the species built their Matryoshka brains, they failed. It turned out that dark energy was impossible to harvest or utilize. To save energy, time dilation increased again, a repeat of the death of the black holes, but this time there would be no saving grace. Contact with the last other living being cut out 30 minutes, or 100 billion years ago. The last living being cut out the last simulation for the last time. A battery, built to outlast the end of the universe, powered up the station. Energy was limited to just about a few hours. The living being turned on a timer and drank a real coffee, while smoking a real cigarette. A treat it hadn't had in forever. It dared a look out the window. It saw the infinite emptiness and wept. What was the point of it all? 1 hour left. The living being prepared all of the stashed food on the station. If it had to die, it was going to have a feast. As it ate, the realization hit. It chose not to go quietly or be sad about the end of everything. It sang, it danced, it laughed, it celebrated. It looked in the mirror, combed its hair, and put on a nice suit. It faced the void. 5 minutes left. You threw everything you've had at me. You killed everyone I knew and loved. You committed every atrocity, but you failed. You failed to break me. I'm the last living being, and I'll goddamn act like it. Fuck you! You may kill me, but I'll not go quietly. I will kick and scream and spit in your face. 3 minutes left. It raised the last glass of wine. To humanity! To everything we stood for. To everything we've built. To every song, every dance, every laugh, every tear. Every fucking breath. Cheers, you fuck! As the timer reached 0, the lights shut off, and all life support systems shut down. The last living being spoke the last words. I'm a fucking human.